Hi guys, I hope you're all well. So it was about 2 years ago, almost this very month, I believe, that I bought Hero Quest. Absolutely love this game because I was a big fan of D&D back in the 80s. So this is a nice, simple, easier version of that to get your hands on and play. And in that time, yeah, I bought all the expansions. I think I'm just waiting for the latest one to come out. And I'm about 80%, 80, 90% sort of finished painting on all the miniatures and the bits and pieces, which I absolutely love. Obviously, the game it does come with the board to play on, but you know, mate, I like to make my own boards up. And over the last couple of years, well, I've made at least two, I think, different boards. Obviously, magnets, yeah, absolutely love magnets. So I did make a whole sort of board system up. I'll leave links down below so you can get hold of the files to sort of make all these bits and pieces for Hero Quest. Absolutely loved doing this. But obviously, the board itself is quite large, and the board games that I made were the exact same size as this, very big. And one thing I'm always saying is I lack room to sort of store things and well to sometimes play things. So what I've done, like I'm doing with quite a few of the games that I play, I'm shrinking things down. So I've just recently made, or I'm still actually part making, a new board for Hero Quest. This one is about half the size. So yeah, it shrunk down by about 50%, give or take. But this one I'm making, obviously everything's contained in it. It has drawers around the side where I can keep all the furniture. So as you can see, yeah, a lot of stuff not being painted and some drawers not being printed. But yeah, everything's half the size. So I need some miniatures to play the game that are half the size. And I've chosen these awesome looking things. Again, I'll leave links down below. These are from Stone King, and I got these off My Mini Factory. Awesome sculpts over there, kind of chibi looking things, which I think is pretty cool. And these will say shrunk down by 50%. So these look kind of cool and cute as they were, but these are literally around about 12 mil to 15 mil in height. Yeah, about the size of my thumb. So very small, very cute. But yeah, all the Hero Quest sort of equivalent miniatures are there from all the heroes, as well as obviously all the mobs and the bosses. But we'll get to them later. So this video is sponsored by P.O. Cretan Halo X1. Been using this printer now, nearly a year, I believe. Absolutely awesome printer. Worked perfectly. Whether I'm doing large miniatures, or obviously in this case, some teeny tiny miniatures, yeah, this little workhorse has been going a treat. Obviously, a couple of fun features with this, and that is the vat for the resin goes up rather than the build plate coming down. And if you've seen in most of the videos, yeah, flappy paddles to get the miniatures off real easy. So as I say, these are the miniatures taken into the Halo software. So this is the slicing software. So again, you don't need any kind of technical information at all to use this printer. It really is plug and play. And the same with the miniatures and the slicing software. You just take them in, click on a few buttons to get the supports done, and yeah, it does everything for you. So say everything was shrunk down by 50%. So I mean, I thought these were sort of cute looking miniatures anyway. Now they're the size of my thumb, yeah, they're even better. So yeah, obviously all these supports were done in the slicing software from Halo, and yeah, they always work perfectly, which is great. Because I know if you go back about 4 or 5 years ago, yeah, that was where a lot of mistakes were often made in printing when you try to do your own supports. So the miniatures, they are quite small. If I stick them on my normal painting handle, it's going to be very difficult to get to the underneath of them. So having obviously 3D printers, yeah, I just printed out a little addition or an add-on to make it easier to be able to get to the miniatures and to get them painted. And as always, yeah, I like to try and sort of batch paint when I am painting because obviously that is a fast way of painting. So when you've got one color, you go through all your miniatures and paint them all in that one color, and then go on to the next one and then the next one and so on. So again, this is all about sort of getting the miniatures from grey to a decent sort of standard, they're tabletop standard for sure. As you can see, this little extension, yeah, it means I can now get underneath these little characters to, well, all the nooks and crannies. So as I say, these videos now, I'll show you a fast way of painting. Obviously, if you want to spend more time painting, yeah, by all means do that. But say for me, a lot of it is getting miniatures done to a decent standard and ready to play. So as you can see, yeah, to make things even quicker, rather than using sort of the contrast paints I normally use, I'm going to use these marker pens. I'll again leave links down below to where you can get hold of everything that I am using. But yeah, these marker pens absolutely awesome, easy to use. These are by AK. a nice variety of colours as well. So these are just your normal sort of typical acrylic paint in there, which is why I painted all the miniatures in white rather than doing like the slap chop sort of method. And then it is just a case of painting over. And obviously, if you can write, you can use a pen, you can paint with these. I say absolutely awesome. Say nice variety of colours as well, easy to hold, easy to paint with, a nice fine tip at the very end you'll see there. And obviously the speedy thing with these is there's no need to clean a brush in between each colour. So things really are getting quicker and faster. And I say these are nice and comfortable to hold. Obviously you just paint one and then go on to the next one. And then if the paint does run out, which obviously it will after a while, yeah, you got the little button on the end. All you need to do is push the button. It obviously pushes the ink down into the very end, and then away you go. And the great thing with these is I got these good 6 months or more ago. Obviously used them in a video back then. Didn't use them at all since then. Opened them up, and the lids are obviously airtight because none of them dried out. None of them needed cleaning or adjusting or anything else. It was this case of picking the pens up and going again with them, which is really good. And I say the fact you don't have to change or clean the brush after each one, yeah, this really does make things a whole lot speedier. So obviously for this video, I did print out a lot of the hero classes, but as you can see, yeah, I've only painted the main four just to get myself going. Because I just wanted to see how it was with these pens because I haven't used these pens for quite a while. Apologies there, the thing's not quite in focus. This is the problem. Sometimes, obviously, I set the camera up, then I start painting. And when I do paint, like probably most people, I go into my own wibbly wobbly world because obviously I love painting. And yeah, I don't always check the camera. So I've got this nice big box. You can get the smaller boxes, which have like just certain colors. But yeah, I was kindly sent the big box. And I say there is a ton of colors in there, which is pretty cool. Certainly enough to sort of keep you going, I'm sure. And obviously all the paints come out really nice. Coverage is great. And I say for me, it was just a quick way of doing it. And these are easy to hold. Relatively thin, sort of pointy bit at the end. Don't know how else to describe that. So yes, to say, bearing in fact, these miniatures are teeny tiny, so about 15 millimeters in height. And using these pens, yeah, you can certainly get to everything you need to, especially with that sort of that addition on the painting handle. If I didn't have that, then yeah, it would be very difficult to sort of get up and underneath. They also do metallic colors. I think there's 4 metallic colors in there. There's a silver, a copper, a bronze, and I'm sure there's one other, but I can't quite think of it off the top of my head. Again, guys, check out all the links down below. Obviously, it does certainly help me out. Some of them are affiliate links. There's a lot that aren't. But yeah, if you use the links, then obviously it lets people know that you've come from obviously one of my videos. And then sometimes I get sent more stuff to, have a try, which is all good. Bit of a win-win for everyone. As I mentioned earlier, yeah, the coverage on these really is good. And you can paint over the same sort of colors. So yeah, any mistakes you make, yeah, no worries, just go around at the end, and you can go over. And the good thing with this is obviously you can go over darker colors with lighter colors. So if you want to just sort of do any highlighting, yeah, you can definitely do that with these pens as well. Obviously highlights, yeah, typically it's not something I do. I think I've only done it about 2-3 times in all the miniatures I painted. Typically, obviously, I go with washes because I love washes, or I use contrast paints, which obviously do, again, all the hard work for me. So, but in this case, yeah, they've all been fully painted. Obviously, the colours, yeah, not bad, but they are kind of flat. And this is where I do love washes because obviously the washes will go into all the nooks and crannies and just gives you that bit more contrast. Yeah, nice and simple. Say, these miniatures were painted very, very quickly. And say for me, obviously, I do love painting, but I also like to get that nice balance of being able to paint fast, but to a standard that I like. I say these are never going to win any kind of competitions, but that's fine. So I am literally painting for myself, and to get these ready to to play and to be usable, which is just great. So say obviously my style might not be liked by everyone because that's joy of painting. The beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I did paint their eyes. Unfortunately, I didn't film that bit because it's very difficult to film when I've got these miniatures so close to my face. And I did cheat. I used a little marker pen to do the little dots. And here they are. As I say, that's your board I'm building as well. I am still building it. But there was a video, or will be a video, showing me do that as well as all the mobs. I've got loads of mobs on my desk, loads of orcs, zombies, mummies, all that kind of thing. I will be showing them as well. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly had fun making this. As I say, it is fun to get back into Hero Quest, and definitely a smaller version, which means basically a smaller version means it's easier to get this out onto a table. And the fact that this board does have the drawers in it, so everything I need is going to be contained in this game, which is going to be pretty awesome. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave some comments down below, even just to say hi or Merry Christmas, because obviously that's only a couple of days away. It's crazy how quick this month has gone. And yeah, if you can share the video, that would be absolutely awesome. So I'll say a big shout out and thank you to all my lovely patrons that have been listed just here. I will start to post more stuff on there. I know it's very few and far between at the moment, but I'm going to get back into doing what I used to do, and that was every Monday I do a little video for my patrons, just so they can see what I'm working on sort of that week, or what I'm thinking of working on, or just me waffling on about stuff. And obviously over on Patreon people can obviously sort of ask questions about what I do, and anything they want to see me do, then yeah, they can definitely do that over there as well. So a big shout out and thank you to those. This is I've got two cats now. I've got Indy, you would have seen before, and this little one is Malcolm, which is actually her brother. So hello. Cute little cat. So yeah, cheers guys for watching the video. So you like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. You've just been on TV.